what to eat, how much to eat, and when to eat. Good now? Okay. Yes. You can't do? So basically, you can't fast all of a sudden. Okay? You have to be healthy to fast. Okay? You have to be healthy to actually fast. That's very interesting. Because people think you do fasting to become healthy. Fasting enhances your health. Okay? But you cannot fast until you are healthy. That means when you fast, basically here's why you get irritated. One of the things that happens when you want to fast is that you get irritated. You know why? Because brain requires fresh glucose. Okay? Your brain requires fresh glucose. And that is provided when you eat. You eat one big meal, you get enough glucose for 24 hours. Your liver stores enough glucose for 24 hours. So one big meal a day will take you through what your brain requires. Now, the problem is, your body has two kinds of metabolism. One is glucose metabolism, one is fat metabolism. Okay? So for example, one of the biggest problems, just now I was preparing for the today's class, and I was looking at I look at blogs by some doctors and different things. And there was one blog today, why do Indians have a pot belly? And this was written by an American doctor. Why do Indians have a pot belly? Okay? Because most of the Indian food, if you look at it, is made from one ingredient, wheat flour. Let's count it. Bhel puri, right? Pani puri, puri, chapati, right? Then sweets. Most of it is flour and sugar. Correct? Then we have rice. They are all these are highly fermented. And that is, most of the food is this. If you see, if you take only sabji and dal, will you feel full? No, but this thing makes you feel full. Correct? Now that is because they are just heavy glucose. That will work. The glucose will work if you are. The glucose will work if you are physically working hard. Okay, at that time rice and wheat but actually rice and wheat are not the staples. Are not the staple foods in India, actually. You know what was the staple food in India? Millets. Jowar, bajra and all that. I once went to visit Loknath Maharaj's birthplace in Maharashtra. So it is called Aravade, beautiful village. And there, I saw something interesting. So they went us to take to some local farmers. And when I met the local farmers, there was big cauliflower fields, huge cauliflower fields. So I was speaking to the farmers. So they told that, oh, this field, so this is for sale. This is to take to the market. I said, you don't eat this? I said, no. Oh, we don't eat that, what we grow. Then what do you eat? So he showed me 2 acres of plot for his home. It is cow dung and all these, and they were making all the vegetables separately for themselves. And what they were doing there was for sale. Huh? So, unfortunately, this is the state of our food today. Okay? Like, if you look at, there was this book, forget the name of the good. His name was Michael Pollan. I think I can find the name of the book. And he was describing in Idaho, they have the potatoes, right? Idaho potatoes you get. So the day they harvest, they put the potatoes on a heap and they spray. And for next 3-4 days, no farmer goes near that heap of potatoes because it is so toxic. The problem is big chains like McDonald's and all. If you have some green growth on the potatoes, they will not take it. They need flat so that their machines can make the French fries properly. Okay, if there is any green, like potatoes get those small stems, right? So if you have that, they won't take it. So they have a special fumigation to kill all of that. Now can you imagine? This is there. And then after 4 days, it becomes edible. Right? For 3 days, nobody can go close because it is so toxic. So if you imagine, this is the toxicity in your food. So basically coming back to fasting. Okay. So now on a regular basis, if this is the kind of food that I feed to my body and I am full of toxins, you are depleted in terms of nutrition. Then Ekadashi comes, now I want to fast. Now, does your body have the ability to fast? Right? If you are able to fast once in 15 days, scientifically, scientific papers, once in 15 days. That's why Ekadashi is so special, because it falls on the 11th day when your digestion is very weak. Plus the effect of the moon. If you see the most number of robberies or crimes committed, you know which day it is? Right? New moon. Right? Amavasya. New moon and full moon. Because those days you go crazy. Right? Have you heard the word lunatic? Lunatic. So lunatic. Actually in my college days, one of my roommate, next room guys, on every full moon day, he used to go crazy. I was like, he used to write on his door, I am crazy. And he used to start walking towards the college in a towel. And you know how they speak in college, right? Don't touch me, macha, don't come near me. So that time I really understood the meaning of the word lunatic, because the moon has a powerful effect. Even in astrology, the moon represents your mind. Okay? So the moon, the effect of the moon on the mind is so much. Like for example, a few years ago, during the COVID, there was a boat stuck in Panama Canal, remember? It was causing a loss of 20 billion per day because ships cannot cross. Which day were they able to remove it? They were able to remove it during the full moon. Because in full moon, The water pushed the ship up 6 feet. The water pushed the ship 6 feet. You can imagine the effect of the moon on the water. You are 80% water. So how emotionally charged you become. That's why on top of it, if you eat heavy, then how emotionally charged you become. That's why people commit sinful activities. They are emotionally charged. They are mentally deranged. That is why Ekadashi fasting is one of the best ways to also calm your senses. Because it falls right at the time when the moon is about to go low or high, the 11th day. Okay? So, but how do you fast? What do you prepare to do a fast? To actually fast, you need to have a body which is free from what do you call it? Ahama. Okay? Ama. Ama means toxins. So every day when you eat food, a part of it gets digested and a part of it becomes toxins. So there are two things. When you eat food, it becomes either prasada or kitta. Prasada means it is digesting. It becomes mercy. Right? It becomes your ojas. And a part of it becomes kitta. Kitta is the waste. When there is too much waste accumulating, like you hear people getting, like I heard somebody getting a sudden heart attack. But is heart attack sudden? There is no sudden heart attack. Right? You actually build it up. I did not realize that, for example, two things. Like I told you yesterday, those who were listening to the presentation yesterday, I got a call from one devotee and he was smiling. He said, Prabhuji, if I eat chips, if I eat this, so he lives in a temple. So a lot of devotees like to give prasadam to each other. So he said, one devotee gave me a bag of chips. After I ate, I slept off. I felt heavy, I felt overwhelmed, and this repeated over a few days. So I really want to check what happened. And when he really checked, I told him, check your sugar. Because you are eating aduram, maduram, right? Instead of singing, you are eating maduram. So then his sugar was already, he was in the diabetic range. So, and I asked him, are you able to fast? And he said, first thing he said, Ekadashi, I can't fast at all. Because the thing is, the momentum is so bad. One of the things that induces you to eat is the toxins in your body. If you feel hungry all the time, that means your body is toxic. Do you get more hungry after you eat? Anybody? After you eat, after some time, then you feel hungry again very quickly. No? Okay, that's a good sign. So what happens is, if your body cannot process the food, so whatever you eat, it turns into glucose. You know that, right? Whatever you eat, it turns into glucose. So that raises the glucose level. If the body cannot tolerate, after some time, your glucose, if it is very high, glucose is acidic. That's why they say if your body becomes more acidic, now coming to your anger point, when the glucose is high, when the heat is high, when the acidity is high, you become angry. It also induces more hunger. Artificially you become hungry. And when your body is in such an acidic state, you cannot fast. So that is your first answer. Why can't you fast on Ekadashi? Because your body is acidic. Now, when you suddenly try to fast, your acid level increases again. Now you want food because the body is acidic. Right? Now, there are some devotees. Ekadashi day, like even when I was in Nivrindavan, many people did Nirjal, Pandav Nirjal Ekadashi. And next day for fast breaking, they were having cupcakes. Okay. Because some devotee thought it's a good idea. He liked to make cupcakes. Is that a good idea? No. How do you break the fast? Fasting is okay. But breaking the fast is also important. The way you fast. So, when you fast full day, your body's digestion also becomes very weak. So the way you break the fast, for example, is with lemon water. One of the best foods to balance the body is chia. Chia itself means energy, so you can soak chia and you can have. So when you break Ekadashi fast, the best thing you can have the next day is chia water. Okay, chia with lemon, because lemon is, some people have acidic reaction to lemon, then you cannot have lemon, but you can have chia and lemon. That cools down the body, that makes the body alkaline. Okay, and then if you look at Madhvites, Madhvacharya devotees, they are fasting on Ekadashi. They fast Ekadashi, and then at night they do what is called as Harivasara. They don't sleep whole night, they do Kirtan. And next day morning they have Tirtham. Just water. And then they have liquid food the next day. Because your body cannot digest so quickly. It takes 2 to 3 days to come out of it. So it's a cycle. So whenever you do a fast, the next day you can't have some heavy foods. Okay? You need to take the body slowly into it and then slowly out of it. But you know what is the biggest tapasya? Krishnamacharya says, Krishnamacharya was a Sri Vaishnava who gave us the Ashtanga Yoga process. And he used to meditate on Paramatma. He was a Paramatma, he was a Venkateshwara devotee, great devotee. And he used to say, the biggest challenge is to maintain a good, healthy, fasting, balanced diet on a day-to-day basis. Because you can fast once in a few days. But to really maintain the diet on an everyday basis, that is the greatest challenge. But first of all, you should know what is good. Right? To know what is good, so that is where what I realized, here's something you need to have in a week's diet. In a week's diet, so for example, your body needs something called as essential proteins and fats on a day-to-day basis. So in your diet, even if you don't have carbs, you will be fine. So what you essentially need is proteins, essential fats. Means the body cannot provide, you need to give it. Okay? Now that is where vegetarians have a challenge. So the vegetarian challenge is to find the right protein and right fats. So the right proteins. So for example, you can have, for example, the regular meal that you are having, but instead of a huge portion of rice, you have a smaller portion of rice. You have a bigger portion of dal. I learned to live with dal soup, for example. Dal with plenty of veggies. It is so healthy. So, and plenty of ghee. My diabetes was depletion, because of depletion. Like too much loss of tissues. Like we were talking about yesterday, about rasa, rakta, mamsa, asti, majja, virya, right? So you need nutrition. Now, which food that you eat gives you nutrition in all the dhatus? Like when you say protein, for example, now when people eat meat, in fact in Ayurveda, only in an extreme case, if your muscle is totally degenerated and no vegetarian food you can digest properly, only then, because some people argue in Ayurveda also there is some meat provision, but that is only in such an extreme case. But otherwise, that is for your survival, and that too if you want to accept it. Because today, if you look at it, if you say you are vegetarian, everybody will say, where is your protein? Okay? By the way, do you know which is the food which gives the highest protein? Close, but you forget Gaumata. Milk. Milk, not 2%, 1%, 0%, interest free. The full fat milk. In Las Vegas, we get from California that Strauss brand milk. Strauss, you get here? You get here? Ah, okay. Whole milk. That was the best. Malai. That is, see, top of it, malai. Milk with malai on top. Okay. So, I used to see Sukadeva Goswami, he will take only milk. But when I analyzed, I actually saw the difference because I put this glucometer all the time. So I can check with every food how much the sugar, fluctuates. I found, for example, if you drink that 2%, your sugar goes to the top. What really makes the milk very beneficial is the fat. But these industries, just to make money, they said fat is bad for you, but they are okay with sugar. Any supermarket you go, checkout aisle, what is it? It is just sugar from one end to the other. Right? So they want to make you sick. That is why cancer is so high in today's society. Because everybody takes sugar. Adaram Maduram is good for song, not for eating. Okay. I realized that sweet, when you are healthy, and that too with jaggery, is fine. But the refined sugar has 4 times more effect. Okay. Now, that milk, if Sukadeva Goswami can only survive on milk, can you imagine the amount of protein on the milk? Right? That is in whole milk. Full fat, malai on top. Right? And I checked, I was shocked with my glucometer that the spike for the full fat whole milk was half. Because rest of the milk, if you take out the fat, is sugar. Right? Now, can you survive only on milk? Yes. Also, that is why in Kartik some people do milk fast. They only take milk from the, in Vrindavan, like that special breed cow. They take that. So, whole milk, Krishna's biggest food. Prabhupada used to say that Krishna has designed the cow, Gaumata, in such a way that all the necessities of the human body are met from the udder of the cow. All the necessities. So, for example, if you have a whole milk, and I was reading in Charaka Samhita, very interesting, for mental problems. Right? Everybody has mental problems, right? No? Yes? All of us today in Kali Yuga, everybody has mental problem. So you can ask Badrinarayan Maharaj. He'll explain of types of devotees. So he does it very jokingly. But the point is, everybody has some or the other issues. You know the best food which is prescribed in Charaka Samhita for mental problems is milk with ghee, especially Brahmi ghee. In fact, my ghee, we'll set it up in the break. So I brought some. One of my PhD colleagues, he is using it to treat autistic kids in his clinical trial. My clinical trial is beginning in January. So in January, I am starting the clinical trial for pre-diabetes, to reverse pre-diabetes. 3-month trial with Ayurveda. And my main food is our ghee, our products. So this colleague of mine, I think he has an autistic kid or something, and he was trying to get the kid, to become smarter. The best food that he found was Brahmi, and then he found the best way to administer any herb is actually ghee. In Ayurveda, if you look at it, every herb is given through ghee. You know why? Because ghee is one food that enters into the blood cells directly. It enters into the blood cells directly. So whatever herb you put in the ghee, it carries it directly into the blood cell. Means it doesn't have to go through the digestive process. So if you have a kid who is very overactive, then what we did for our kids also, we put it in the rice and dal, the ghee. You won't even notice. And when the kids have it, they are more calm. It takes 3 to 4 months though for you to see the effect. But Brahmi is so beneficial. Similarly, Krishna has given such wonderful herbs. Now, milk with ghee is considered the best food for the mind. Similarly, for the body, milk with ashwagandha at night or just ashwagandha at night revives your body. For example, when you wake up in the morning, how many of you feel fresh when you wake up in the morning? Half. 50% fresh. Okay. 100%. Okay. Okay. Most of you didn't raise your hands, right? So when you wake up, you feel tired. You feel like going back to sleep again. Right? So that means the body hasn't recovered. So when you sleep, so here's the problem with late night dinners. So when you sleep, if your stomach isn't empty, so the growth hormones come at night. If they see there is food in your stomach, the growth hormones don't come. If your stomach is clear, the growth hormones clear your belly and rejuvenate your muscles. That is why eating late night prevents the growth hormones. Eating late night prevents the growth hormones. So that is why you should eat at least 3.5 hours before you sleep. Yeah. So the growth hormones, for example, see the effective ways of insulin, for example. So in Ayurveda it's called Pitta. Okay, all the digestive hormones. Okay, so they come in a cycle. So for example, there is Vata, Pitta, Kapha times. So 10 to 2, okay, is Pitta. 2 to 6 is Vata. Morning 6 to 10 is Kapha. So then every 4 hours they change in the daily cycle. Okay. So during Pitta time, for example 10 to 2, is the best time for good lunch, for the best meal of the day, because you follow the circadian rhythm of the Surya, sun. So when the sun is at the peak, the Pitta is at the peak, your digestive power is at the peak. But if you miss that time, then if you are eating at a time when the sun is not at the peak, what happens? Your digestion slows down. So you are eating at the wrong time. We said that you should have right time, right food. What else did we say? Right quantity. Correct. Matashri. That's why sitting in the front is beneficial. So we were all backbenchers. So nothing happened in college. So if you follow the circadian rhythm, so similarly the same cycle happens at night. Has anybody experienced that if you sit till late night, you become hungry again? Right? You know why? Because the pitta time starts. Your pitta, your heat restarts in the body. Digestive juices are, say 11, 12 o'clock. Right? So if you are watching World Cup, right? World Cup, your cup, you think your cricketer will make you happy because somebody paid him $1.5 million. He will play for you, for your happiness. He will take your money. He will take your sleep. He may not take your money. He will take your sleep. So, basically, if you look at it, so such a thing, when we push the body beyond where it should be, so the pitta's time starts. So pitta means it generates hunger again. So that's why if you wake up till late night, if you don't eat, your body feels acidic. So you eat some snack and sleep. So first of all, waking up till late night is not good. You know the best thing you can do if you end up waking up like that? Best thing you can take, two things which I found, which are very beneficial. One is chia water. You soak chia, in 1 hour you can have the soaked chia. Second is cucumbers, something cooling. And cucumbers don't raise your sugar also. But if you eat anything else, it restarts your digestive cycle. And when you wake up in the morning, you'll feel more tired. Now, if you are sleeping at that time, this hunger cycle pulls the body fat, pulls the belly fat. So that is why those who develop big belly fat are those who eat heavy dinners. Okay? So it's very important that you follow the cycle which is given by Surya. Right? Like I never realized, like we sing in Mangalarti, right? Dhyayanstu vams tasya yasya stri sandhyam Vande Guru Shri Charana Ravindam. 3 times. What are the 3 times? One is morning Sandhya, afternoon Sandhya, and evening Sandhya. These are the 3 Sandhyas when you are supposed to be in the state of in a state of meditation. Right? You are in a state of meditation. So, that is when you are in Samadhi. Samadhi is perfect intelligence. We are Buddhi Yoga, correct? Not Walmart Yoga. Or Amazon Yoga. We are Buddhi Yoga. So, to be in a state of Buddhi, your mental health should be completely calm. Right? If anybody remembers, I told you, what is the first quality before you get into a meditative state? What is the first quality you need to build up? Calm your mind. But to do calm your mind, what do you build up? Right. I explained that. But here's something subtle, quality. Okay? Just to add to that. When you start chanting, you remember your enemies, your most difficult things first. Correct? Right? He still hasn't given me $1 back. Right? I owe this much on the credit card. When you start chanting, correct? Yes or no? What do you think of? Which thought starts sprouting first? Anger. So anger comes out first. See, Mataji is very honest. Be honest. Anxiety. When you start chanting, immediately anxiety comes out. Correct? What else? To-do list. Right? Not voodoo list, right? Just to-do list. Okay. What else? Right? So when you start chanting, immediately, right? They start coming into your mind. Do you see Krishna standing with threefold bending form? That is if you are very lucky. Right? So I asked one Mataji, when do you start listening to the chanting? She said it takes 6 rounds just to start listening. Okay? 6 rounds just to start listening. So, I really thought we need to practice. First of all, now to apply emotions is different. But first of all, to chant, you need to practice. This is your greatest practice. Greatest sadhana. And there is no practice. Means, yes, chanting, but do you automatically you are able to concentrate? But Mataji said she gets angry. That is true. When I experienced that also in the beginning, like when I just became devotee, when you chant, first few days, yeah, you see Krishna, you are in like ecstasy, what they call bhakta bliss. But after a few days, your other emotions come out, right? Come angry, upset. So I realized 2 things when you start to chant. Right? Now this is very important for your state of your heart, your strength of your heart, because all the emotions are here. By the way, where is your mind? Where is your mind? Huh? 2 places. Okay, that's interesting. I'm hearing it for the first time. Okay, you're going by that theory. Okay. Mind is in our heart. Pranopanishad says, how big is the soul? Atma? Thumb is Paramatma. 1/10,000, right? The tip of the hair. Now that is located in the region of the heart. Now, when the soul comes down from Goloka, the soul is covered. Right? The soul is covered with Maida. No. The soul is covered with avidya. What does Bhaktivinoda Thakur say? Avidyara bhare. Right? So soul is covered with avidya. Avidya means he forgets himself. Who am I? I don't know. You know, in my college, when I first attended the Bhagavad Gita course by devotees, I liked the heading, today's topic, who am I? So me and my friend were there. It actually started as a joke. So I was passing by and I was going through the greatest difficulty in my life, in my college. So I was in 2nd year, engineering. So we say, 6-day Bhagavad Gita course, today's topic, who am I? My friend jokingly said, Jackie Chan, right? There was a movie. So we jokingly said, Jackie Chan, chal Jackie Chan ko dekhte, chal. No, we'll go. And because with that joke, we went there, I attended the whole course. And I became devotee. He ended up watching Jackie Chan movie. Right? He is in Dubai right now. Okay. I still joke to him. You know, your Jackie Chan joke made me go to Bhagavad Gita. But the Pranopanishad says, the soul, right? When it comes down, just like a meteor, it is covered with avidya. First of all, to forget who you are. right? And then it is covered with, if you look at the evolution, it is covered with mind, intelligence and ego. So first is ego. Because once you forget who you are, then you have to know, who am I? I am this body. So first is ego. Now this is all described in Ayurveda in mental health. So this theory is also explained. So ego, then mind, then intelligence. And then the soul is given a body. So Ayurveda says the first layer is the physical body. Right? Annamaya kosham. Within this body is what layer? Pranamaya. Right? Prana. Right within this physical body and outside. So right within this physical body and outside, the prana. But the prana, the subtle body, is in your heart. But within the prana, right? The mind is, mind, intelligence, ego is one subtle cover, just covering the Atma in the heart. Just like a round covering. But because the soul emanates consciousness, it is reflected from this mind throughout the body. The consciousness is reflected. In fact, the pranic layer goes around 10 fingers around you. You see aura photography? This. So the mind is here. So that is why when we talk about healing the body, healing the mind, you say healing the heart, right? Why? Like for example, when a husband and wife or a boyfriend and girlfriend, they break up, what symbol do you show? Heartbreak, right? Because your feelings are in the heart. You don't show a broken liver, right? Oh, he broke up, so his liver is broken. Or you don't show a broken intestine, you only show a broken heart, right? Right? Valentine's Day, they have symbol of heart, not kidneys. It looked gross if you put kidneys out. Because your feelings, your Atma, your mind is in the region of the heart. Right? So when you have pain, like when you have bad feelings, what happens? You have pain here. Right? You get some feelings here also. But the real feeling is in the heart. Right? Heartburn. What do we call? So, coming back to the Ayurvedic healing. So in yoga, the mantra, so when you chant, coming back to the chanting, Ayurveda says also, yoga also says, when you chant mantra, if you are not attentive, the mantra doesn't reach the heart. So when you chant, this is the Yajna Kunda. Goes in and then it enters into the heart. It burns. But if you are chanting, right? I am chanting, so the word is coming out and I am thinking something else. Right? I am thinking Capital One credit card, something like that. So what happens to the holy name? It has not entered here. So is your heart getting purified? No. In fact, you are offending the Lord. But still, offensive chanting is still beneficial. Still, rather than no chanting. Still, you are trying. So, coming back to what I was trying to say, so first I realized that we need to practice chanting. So it took me 1 week. So what I did, I said, let me slow down. You don't have to do this, this is what I did. Okay? So I sat down 1 week, I said, I am only going to practice listening. I'll put everything aside. If Krishna has taken care of me for millions of years, so before you chant, you have to take a vow. Krishna has taken care of my body for millions of years. So if I forget all my problems for 1 hour or 2 hours, Krishna will still take care of me. Agree? Still, your body is working without your interference. Agree? You are all sitting here, you are doing nothing, but your heart is beating, your blood is flowing, all your energy, everything is going on. Right? Are you doing anything? But Krishna is doing everything. So let me just meditate on Him. Means I will meditate on that power only, on Krishna only, on His holy name only. I will forget everything else because He is doing everything anyway. Because for devotees He does it, even for non-devotees He does it. How about for devotees? So I have to forget, I have to give up all fear. Because Krishna overcomes fear. So, I said, okay, let me start practicing. So I sat down 1 week, I said, I will only listen. So what I did was, I took the beats, I said, okay, this is how I am going to chant. I am going to listen to every word and question, am I listening? Okay? So I said, okay, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So I stopped. I said, did I listen? Was I aware? Are you aware? Conscious? Was I conscious? Was I listening? So I gave a little bit of gap. Because what happens is, moment you stop the chanting, your mind, moment it becomes free for 1 second, one thought enters. Then it takes 15 minutes to go out. Correct? Because you are fighting with that thought. Right? You are fighting with that. I was listening to one class by one senior sannyasi. He said, neglect the mind. Because the mind wants you to entangle in a thought. The mind wants you to fight. Keep fighting, keep entangling. Keep yourself busy. He doesn't want you to be free and listen to Krishna. He wants you to somehow disturb you away from that. So I said, okay, did I listen? I said, next. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So did I listen? Did I listen? Then I said, next. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Did I listen? So I started questioning and I slowly started listening. Every word, every mantra, complete mantra. So I listened to the whole mantra. Let me welcome the next mantra into my heart. So I started developing that feeling. As soon as one mantra is done, immediately the next mantra is coming. Welcome him into the heart. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I am aware. I completely consciously listen to the holy name. Next. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. I consciously did it for a week. Then I realized now it has become a practice. Once you have practiced listening, it's also a practice. Then you can focus on concentrating even better. Okay? Then I was using like next. So one devotee said, what if you die when you are saying next? He said, interesting question. Krishna will still take you to Goloka because that is connected to chanting. Okay. So I said, the next disappears after you practice for some time. Okay. Interesting. So basically, if you listen very attentively, so a few devotees practiced, they said, Prabhu, we started getting headaches because we never practiced attentively chanting. But after a few days, headache went away because now your brain is used to it. Your brain rewires. One of the interesting things that I found is whenever you practice something new, whenever you practice something, your brain rewires to adjust to that new practice. Okay? So, where I found yoga and Ayurveda very beneficial is to sit in this whole, to be able to practice. You eat right food, you sleep well, you wake up early, right? You follow the routine, right? According to your body, you eat the right food according to your body. And then yoga, basically, like right before bhakti, the discipline of yoga, like I told yesterday, atyahara prayasascha, right? Similarly, the next verse in Hatha Yoga Pradipika was Utsahat Sahasa Dhairya Tattva Jnanascha Nischaya Janasanga Parityagat Shadbir Yoga Prasiddhyati, it says. But we find same in Upadeshamrita, right? Utsahat Nischaya Dhairya Tattat Karma Pravartana Sanga Tyaga Sato Vratte Shadbir Bhakti Prasiddhyati. I was amazed that how is these two verses same? And then my Guru Maharaj told me that Rupa Goswami took the essence from all different yogas. The practices which are beneficial. For example, he says on Ekadashi, I don't know if we can follow it today, but he wrote it 500 years ago. Ekadashi, don't brush, don't eat, don't do anything. Just as soon as you wake up, start chanting. Whole day. That is the only dharma on Ekadashi. But that's not easy for us today, because we are conditioned. But at least we can try to minimize our bodily needs and try to. But the preparation begins in your day-to-day activity. So in one sense, your every day is a tapasya. And when I got diabetes, I was reading the Charaka Samhita. Charaka Samhita says, once you get diabetes, pre-diabetes, you should live like a rishi. So you have no option. So today's population, if they live like rishi, they will live long. Right? So, basically if you have to fast, then one of the things, if you want to do a successful Ekadashi fast, it begins the previous night. Right? Like I know one devotee, previous night he used to eat very heavy, because next day we are fasting. Tomorrow is fasting, Prabhu. Full meal. But can you fast like that? Why? Like I told you, what does it happen when you eat untimely, overeat? Then what happens? Your body produces more toxins. Right? The toxin forces you to eat more. Like for example, one of the most cooked food in Ekadashi, apart from French fries, is peanuts, yeah. Sabudana. Then I read one article by Kurma Prabhu. That sabudana is, they mix it with the leg. Tapioca, they mix it with the leg. Right? That guy doesn't come from a pond, and put his leg in there. So you know how dirty legs are. But now they said it's all machine processed, organic, whatever. Okay? But then, I was on Instagram, now everybody watches reels, right? So on Instagram, so there was a reel. And this guy was reading some, if you Google search, Sabudana, so the first search you will see is that it was used by rishis for fasting, whatever. So this person jokingly was reading this. And he's a nice yogi, by the way, who fasts Nirjala and Ekadashi. He read it. He said, whosoever came up with this lie, Sabudana is one of the foods with the highest glycemic index. Means your sugar will hit the roof. Jai. Bhagwan ki jai. So, whoever came up with this lie to say that Sabudana Khichdi is the best food for Ekadashi is cheating every fasting person. Like we don't just make Khichdi, we also make Sabudana Vada. Right? Sabudana Vada. Can you imagine? Right? I mean, eating just for Ekadashi is fine, but enjoying that food, on Ekadashi. Sabudana kheer. Right? Sugar and sugar. Adaram maduram. Right? So So the thing is, you see how we got it wrong? On the day when we are supposed to fast and clear out the body and remember Krishna, purify every layer, Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, right? Every layer we are supposed to purify. In fact, we build more layers. Even Krishna cannot purify. He is filled with sugar on Ekadashi. We are filled with food. So you see, somehow or the other, we got the basic concepts. And that is where Ayurveda comes in. I mean, just fast. How difficult it is to understand the word fasting. Right? We find fasting workaround. Right? Or more like we convert the fasting into fast food. Right? This is what it is. That is why most of us become unhealthy. In fact, Ekadashi to new moon, Ekadashi to full moon are the worst days for digestion. Okay? So that is why I started this program called Chandrayaan, where you train. You start on full moon, and then you intermittent fast, you reduce, and then you have full. So I still do that. Some people join every now and then. And I also follow. But main thing is to eat systematically on a routine basis. To eat within a given time window. And to eat as per hunger. So what is it? So in Ayurveda it is recommended that you eat only when you are hungry. So then the question was, what if you are hungry all the time? Right? Like some people are sick, right? If you are diabetic or pre-diabetic, you are hungry all the time. So can you keep eating? Right? So that means your body needs purification. Okay? So that is why in Ayurveda every now and then fasting is, if you can fast and purify your body, that's one of the best ways. Okay? But if fasting is not possible, if your fasting is not possible, then you at least take foods that cleanse you. For example, those who have stomach issues, right? You take raw papaya. Okay? Or if you have constant problem with constipation, then you take prunes, for example. Very easy. Or triphala. So when I had this eye problem, she gave me, there's my wife, Sundari, Hare Krishna. She is also a qualified Ayurvedic, she is expert at pulse taking. She did her masters in Ayurveda with distinction. She passed out in June this year from Mercy International. And for my clinical trial, she'll be the Ayurvedic consultant. So she came up with 2 books, Food for the Soul, and they're both on Amazon. Food for the Soul and Detox Delights for Diabetes and Weight Loss. So those 2 books are there. So we worked a lot on all these recipes without sabudana. So sabudana is good for kids. It's okay. But not just for Ekadashi. So eating the right foods. So in Ayurveda, it's a very critical and important concept. Next is to nurture the mind. Okay? What are the foods that nurture the mind? There are foods which nurture the soul also. But there are foods which nurture the mind. Milk, right? Mind. Milk with ghee, right? With our ghee. I have it in the car. Okay, okay, Brahmi. What else? What else is a good food for the mind? See, nobody knows. Huh? 1 cup is good. You can digest. Huh? Sprouts. See, doctors are not trained in nutrition. That's the problem. When they give you food advice, like I was in Shimoga my birthplace. So I had gone there to give a program. So I was sleeping in they gave me the top floor. I was doing a program in a hospital. So they gave me the top floor. And I was trying to sleep, and 12 o'clock there was this loud noise, music, dance, screaming, yelling, jumping, party kind of thing. And these were doctors, my devotee friends. I said, what is this party so late? Is it some college here? No, I said Indian Medical Association. They are having an alcohol party. Right? And he will give you medical advice. He will give you food advice. Right? So, like in America, the first smoking was promoted by doctors. You can Google still. Doctors promoting smoking. It's safe. Right? And today, now nobody can stop the epidemic. In the beginning, they needed some people to get it started. Now it's an epidemic. So the thing is that, So grass fed, so that's a good question. Many people have this question. So now you are here, means you won't drink milk? Okay, number one. Number two, when Prabhupada came to America, he encouraged his disciples to drink milk. He knew, Prabhupada knew what milk. He did not say, this cow is not cow, this milk is not milk. In fact, old rolled jersey, Prabhupada said, one of the best milk, I want to take this milk to India. Old rolled jersey. Okay. Third is, okay, wait, let me finish. Okay, what's the question?
I'm not talking about cows, what we feed to the cows.
Okay, so that's the thing. So you have certified grass-fed organic. Like for example, to reverse my diabetes, I had two options. One, some of my godbrothers said, you get from India, this and that. I said, even there, you don't know what is the source. Okay, because in India also cow slaughter is as good as here. It's the same. In fact, you should go, and there is a Sattvic movement. They are devotees, but they are not like exactly Tilakdari, They made a video which has already 4 million views. That is a video on how cows are milked in India. You will be shocked. 90% of the cows in India are given oxytocin poison to give milk. When you give oxytocin, the cows give milk out of stress. 90% of the cows, every Goshala they went, they give that injection. If the cow doesn't give milk, this is in India.
So basically here all are having kind of thinking that it's only happening in US.
Yeah. Just watch that video. I was shocked. In fact, Sundari's brother is Sitaram. He manages 4 temples in India. He's president of 4 temples. He has 4 buses. They distribute books everywhere. He forwarded me the documentary. He said, after watching this, he already has 2 farm projects. Now he says, after watching that video, he tells me, I want to start massive gaushalas. Because if this is the state of milk in India, imagine. Because these 2 devotees, they go to every Goshala and they try to see like the milking practices. 90% of them use that. In front of them, they are putting that injection and they are not telling what is in it. Even the labs don't test it. Then they found it is oxytocin. We went to this in Pune, there is one Chitale brothers. Okay, they are the biggest milk supplier, but it's all buffalo milk. Right? Buffalo milk. Buffalo milk is who used to drink? Chanur and Mustik. Not Krishna. Krishna drank cow milk. Right? So because it's good for physical, not for mind. Cow milk is good for mind. So he was, if you go there, it's all buffaloes and not one male calf. Not one male calf in the whole Goshala. So this is situation in India. We think it's only here. It is worse over there. But milk is the most, at least here when you have certified organic grass-fed, it is certified organic grass-fed. At least they open up the doors and the cows, like if you pass, like we used to live in New Vrindavan, right? So we used to drive like the Amish land and everything. When we drive there, at least the cows are free. They are eating grass. I could really see the cows. In many places, if you go in the village areas, maybe not so much in Arizona because it is more desert, but if you go east coast side or California side, you will find more free cows. At least it's there. But there is nothing called that certified organic in India. That is not there at all. Irony. Only those who are ethically, some temples have Goshala, some ashrams have Goshala. Only those follow some ethically sourced. Otherwise, nobody follows. You just watch that. Sattvic movement, that Goshala thing. It's a 1 hour video. I started like first 5-10 minutes. And I said, I can't watch 1 hour. Then I ended up watching the whole 1 hour. They go to different Goshalas. They are saying, don't come here. Right? They don't want them to film because they don't want to see their practices. This is India. Forget about US. So here at least when they say certified organic grass-fed, it is certified organic grass-fed. At least. Yeah, Strauss. Like we, huh? Yeah. Sprouts. No, our we use for making our products, the cultured cream, we get it from Strauss. We spent like 3 months, we spent 3 to 6 months, she spent testing different butters. For example, Sam's Club, that cheap butter you get, that wholesale butter, to make ghee, that is the worst. Yeah, but it should be cultured. Okay? So we get the cultured cream, we further culture it and then we make our ghee. And that's what, see the thing is, end of the day you see the results. Now we are going to do our clinical trial and we are going to use our ghee, that ghee, because it is so cultured. So the thing is, purity of the products, having milk, but water in the name of milk won't work. Right? You need real milk. But milk is the most important food, which is had by rishis, for kids. But you should be able to digest milk also. Digesting milk is also very important. One milk is enough for literally the whole day. One milk with ghee. So like for example, you can have it. So I have it in the morning. My yoga practice is about 1.5 to 2 hours. Then I practice. Then I take the milk. Because for pranayama, advanced pranayama practice, for mantra chanting, for meditation, milk with ghee is the most important food in the Shastras. Right? You cannot have mantra, meditation and then pizza. Agree? So it's not.
Is it common here?
Here it's banned. Officially banned.
Yes, Prabhu, it is banned and it was the biggest, some crisis happened a couple of years back and it was totally banned.
Totally banned here. Matlab, here when they do an audit, they have to follow. If they find it, there will be millions of dollars in fines. Okay? But in India, nobody cares. That's the problem. There is no regulation. So, basically, we have to see that in healing the different layers. So now we will heal the layer of the heart when the altar opens. Huh? So Ayurveda focuses not just on the body. For example, I was listening to a lecture in Kannada by Sri GauraNataraja. He has seen Krishna. He is a Madhva line. And he speaks on, in Kannada. If you are in Kannada, then you can speak Bannanja Govindacharya. He speaks amazing. Bananja Govindacharya. He's one of the self-realized. He speaks, for example, like in Ayurveda, there is glories of garlic. He spoke for 1 hour, how garlic is beneficial. But then he says, if you eat garlic, you will become a demon. Regularly. Means just for the heart purposes, little bit here and there, you might, if you have heart clog, right? Heart pain, heart problems. Garlic tablets, okay, but you can take some garlic for some time. But if he says, if you make it a regular thing, then you will become Rakshasa. You will start questioning God. You will start questioning Krishna. He says, that is why some things you should understand, they are good for the body, but they may not be good for the mind. So Ayurveda is all about eating which is good for both the body and the mind. Because many a times food can directly affect your thought process. If your body is always in pitta, like you're talking about anger, right? If you're always angry, you're always pitta, so that effect on the mind is very high, right? So anger hits up. So therefore, balancing on a daily basis. So where are we in terms of time? Oh, we are almost done with time. Okay. So we will end now, right? Is there Aarti now? Yes. Right. So we'll end now and then we'll continue with this part and Mudras next session. So we'll have Aarti and then lunch, right? Yeah. So how to prepare for Ekadashi? After the break? Or quickly? Quick answer. Previous night you need to fast or take something which cools the body. Like chia or some lemon water or something. Make the body alkaline. Don't keep it acidic. Don't overeat. And mentally prepare to fast. I'll give details. Okay. All right. Oh yeah. Good food for the mind. That's a question. I'll get some of my products as well. They are the good products for the mind. Okay. Okay. All right. I'll go in detail. Yeah. But right now it's already 12 o'clock. Okay. Hare Krishna. Break ke baat. Okay.
Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. You can do it. Jaya Gurudeva, 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 Jaya Gurudeva. यशोमती नंदन ब्रजबरो नागर गोकुल रंजन काना यशोमती नंदन ब्रजबरो नागर गोकुल रंजन काना
यशोमती नंदन ब्रजबरो नागर गोकुल रंजन काना
गोपी परणधन मदन मनोहर गोपी परणधन
मदन मनोहर
कालिय दमन विधान
कालिय दमन विधान
यशोमती नंदन ब्रजबरो नागर गोकुल रंजन काना
यशोमती नंदन ब्रजबरो नागर गोकुल रंजन काना
अमल हरि नाम अमिय विलास
अमल हरि नाम अमिय विलास
विपिन पुरंदर नवीन नगर बोरा वंशी
विपिन पुरंदर नवीन नगर बोरा
वंशी बदन सुवास
वंशी बदन सुवास
यशोमती नंदन ब्रजबरो नागर गोकुल रंजन काना
यशोमती नंदन ब्रजबर नागर गोकुल रंजन काना
ब्रज जन पालना सुरकुल नाशना
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 नंद गोधन रखवाला
नंद गोदान रखवाला
गोविंद माधव नवनीत तस्करा
गोविंद माधव नवनीत तस्कर
गोविंद माधव नवनीत तस्करा
गोविंद माधव नवनीत तस्कर
सुंदर नंद गोपाला
सुंदर नंदन पाला
यशोमती नंदन ब्रजबरो नागर गोकुल रंजन काना
यशोमती नंदन ब्रजबर नागर गोकुल रंजन काना
जमुना तट चरा गोपी बसन हरा
यमुना तट चरा गोपी बसन हरा
जमुना तट चरा गोपी बसन हरा
यमुना तट चरा गोपी बसन हरा
रास रसिक कृप मोया
रस रसिक कृप मोया
रास रसिक कृप मोया
रास रसिक कृप मोया
श्री राधा वल्लभ वृंदावन नटवरा
श्री राधा वल्लभ वृंदावन नटवर
श्री राधा वल्लभ वृंदावन नटवरा
श्री राधा वल्लभ वृंदावन नटवर
Bhakti Vinodashraya
Bhakti Vinodashraya
Bhakti Vinodashraya
Bhakti Vinodashraya
Yashomati Nandana Brajavarunagara Gokula Ranjana Kana
Yashomati Nandana Brajavarunagara Gokula Ranjana Kana
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram
Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram
Ram Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Jayo Radha Madhav Hari Radha Madhav Hari Radhe.
Jayo Radha Madhav Hari Radha Madhav Hari Radhe.
Jayo Radha Govinda Radhe.
Jayo Radha Govinda Radhe.
Jaya GauraNitaya GauraNitaya Jaya GauraNitaya.
Jayo GauraNitaya Jayo GauraNitaya.
Jaya Srinaji Gopal Jaya Srinaji Gopal.
Jayo Srinaji Gopal Srinaji Gopal श्रीनाथजी गोपाल
जय सीताराम लक्ष्मण भक्त हनुमान सीताराम लक्ष्मण भक्त हनुमान
जय सीताराम लक्ष्मण भक्त हनुमान सीताराम लक्ष्मण भक्त हनुमान
जय जगन्नाथ जगन्नाथ बालदेवा जय सुभद्रा
अयो जगन्नाथा जगन्नाथा बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा
जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद
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 जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव
जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव
निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल
निताय गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौरा हरि बोल
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे
श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय
Divine Grace, Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai Vishnupad Paramahansa Pariyakshar Shisham Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Gaur Swami Thakur ki Shri Rupa Sanatana Shri Jivala Bhatta Das Sangrana Sarvasam Prabhu ki Anand Koti Vaishnavinda ki Naam Acharya Srila Das Thakur ki Prem Se Gaur Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasati Gaur Bhaktavinda ki Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopi Gopinath Syam Kunda Radha Kunda Giraj Govardhan ki मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की नवदीप मायापुर धाम की द्वारिकापुरी धाम की जय पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की गंगा यमुना माई की भक्ति देवी तुलसी महारानी की श्री श्री राधा माधव हरि की राधा गोविंद की श्रीनाथी गोपाल की गौरनीताय भगवान की पंचतत्व भगवान की श्री श्री नरसिंहदेव सालिंग भगवान प्रहलाद महाराज की हरिनाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की Srila Prabhupada and Srila Bhakti Susan ki Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Bol. All glories to the assemblies. All glories to the assemblies. All glories to the assemblies. All glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada ki. can play. Namaste Narasimhaya Praladaladaine Hiranyakashipurvakshaha Shilatankanakalaye Ito Nrsimha Parato Nrsimho Ito Nrsimha Parato Nrsimho Ito Nrsimha Parato Nrsimho Yato Yato Yami Tato Nrsimha Bahi Nrsimho Hridaye Nrsimho Bahi Nrsimho Hridaye Nrsimho Bahi Nrsimho Hridaye Nrsimho Narasimha Madim Sharanam Prapade Narasimha Madim Sharanam Prapade Tava Kara Kamalavare Naka Arbhuta Shringam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubringa Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jayo Narsimhadev, 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 Jaya Narsimhadev. Jayo Bhakta Prahlad, Prahlad Maharaj, Bhakta Prahlad, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada,
Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Gurudev.
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol,
Hari Bol,
Hari Bol,
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
Hi, Guruji.
नरसिंह भगवान की जय।
Jai.
जगत पुरुष श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय।
Hare Krishna, everyone. Hare Krishna, everyone. Wow, this is loud. So thank you all for attending class by His Grace GauraNataraja Prabhu. And we also today have Sundari Devi Dasi here as well with her daughter Bhumi. They also joined this morning. And I think their son is at Anand Vrindavan's home, but I'm sure you'll meet him later. His name is Nimai. So welcome to Phoenix, and I hope that you'll come again, and we'll time it a little bit better because this around Thanksgiving there's so many other activities, and we've had a lot of things going on. This year, whole year has been one event after another event, sometimes two, sometimes three, and the last few weeks have been totally jammed, with so many guests and classes and so forth. So I think people are a little probably, overwhelmed with attending temple events. So, but I think what you have to offer is amazing. And Prabhu actually, we heard yesterday that by profession he's a mechanical engineer from Mangalore, and he also did further education in yoga and yoga science at Mangalore University, and he did some further studies there, PhD in Ayurveda. Actually, currently, he did some postgraduate study in Mangalore as well in yoga, but now he's pursuing a PhD in Ayurveda at the Maharishi International University, Ayurveda in Iowa. And his two theses are on reversing diabetes and weight loss. So two very important diseases or issues that are affecting so many people currently. And so I think he says he's at the almost very end, and he's going to be starting his clinical studies shortly. And they also conduct classes in Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, and astrology, as well as yoga. They perform classes for families and children in spirituality and astrology as well. They both have authored some books. The books are not here, but they are on yoga and healing, Mudras, and Food for the Soul by Mataji, and Detox Delights for Diabetes and Weight Loss. And I just had a short conversation with them. I told them that our people are always into buying books and getting books, if useful books. So they're willing to send them to us after they leave. And if you want them, I'll be happy to, have them here, and you can purchase them from us. So I'm sure they'll give you more detail, or you can ask them more about their books that were not able to be here with us today. But they have got some other products that Prabhu will probably introduce you to them. The ghees he's been talking about, and some teas as well there. So I will leave you talk about them after the lunch. But right now we are going to go ahead and take blessings, and we'll recite the prasadam prayers, and we'll bring prasadam here. And then after that, because there's a smaller crowd here, we can start the class earlier as well. We don't have to wait for the 1 whole hour. So whatever time, if you think 30 to 40 minutes is enough for your lunch break, then we can start early and finish early. Okay, so that is one suggestion. And tomorrow evening, Prabhu will wrap up with the Sunday feast class. So if your questions are not answered today, he can also answer your questions tomorrow. But because of a small crowd, you'll get a lot of one-on-one, meeting, and your questions answered today by itself. Okay. Thank you so much for attending. And just to remind you, we've got Gita Jayanti coming up on December 1. And there's going to be recitation on the same day at 6 o'clock. And there's going to be Ekadashi Prasadam offered afterwards. So I think our schedule is filled up now. So there'll be the whole 18 chapters, the verses will be read in person at the temple, and it also will be live streamed. And then during the day, we have the English translations read, recorded, and put on our Facebook page like we've been doing for the last 2 or 3 years, because a lot of younger crowd have been asking for the English translation, because they say the Sanskrit is, goes a little bit faster and we want to listen to it in English. So the English translations will be on the Facebook page and our YouTube channel for you to listen to on the same day. And then His Holiness Romapad Swami is coming on the 2nd of December, and he'll be with us till the 8th of December. There's going to be a japa retreat from the 5th to the 7th of December. That's Friday, Saturday and Sunday at the temple. The 64-day japa round day is on Sunday. And there's going to be prasadam provided for Friday, the dinner, and then Saturday breakfast, lunch and dinner, and Sunday breakfast, lunch and dinner will be provided at the temple. So please take advantage. If you are a new chanter, if you've been chanting, if you want to improve your chanting, this is the time to attend the classes and participate so that you can improve your chanting. As Prabhu has been saying, chanting is the most important way to connect, and this will be a nice ending to the year, with a nice japa retreat with Maharaj. We also have Yamuna Jivan Das coming with Prabhu, with Maharaj, and he's also going to be giving some nice classes about how to improve your chanting. And he's, like one of us, so you'll probably connect with him nicely. So that's from the 2nd to the 8th of December. And on the 14th of December, which will be the last event for this year, is going to be Children's Mela, a program by the children, for the children, with the help of the parents. So we all will come and have a Children's Mela on the 14th of December. It's a Sunday, so our evening program, Sunday Feast program, will be moved to the morning. There will be no Sunday Feast program in the evening, because children can, it's better to participate. We can have some activities outside as well, so during the day is better than in the evening. So thank you so much. The information is on the website and our Facebook page, and also on our WhatsApp groups as well. If you need any more information, just contact the temple. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Oh, and also, and I think email blast went out by Sugamini Mataji a couple of days ago. So if you need more information, let us know, but the information is there if you get our mails. Hare Krishna.
Mahaprasade Govinde
Ramani Vaishnave
Namo Brahmani Vaishnave Swalpa Punyavratam Rajan Vishwasunaiva Jayate
Vichayva Jayate
Sharira Vidyajar Jodendriya
Kai Kai
Jive Pele Vishe Sagare Tara Madhye Jihvayadi Lobhamaya Sudurmati Take Jeta Katin Samsare Krishna Bada Doyamoy Kari Bare Jiva Jai Saprasadan Nadilo Bai Seyannamrita Pavo Shri Radha Krishna Guna Gao Premida Koshi Chaitanya Nitai Jai Nimai Jai Nitai Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Brinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Bhagavad Mahabhashadam ki jai.
गौरवाणी प्रचरण निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पश्चात्यादिशतरण गौरवाणी प्रचरण जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Krishna